and welcome into our health. Of course, Healthy Heart Month is the month of February, and we want to make sure that we have that ticker moving the way it needs to be. But of course, it's not just the heart, as Carl told it. By the way, this is Carl Schmidt with the Herb Shop in Montgomery, and we talked about the fact that the heart's just not sitting there all by itself. It has your arteries and everything else, and even goes in your lungs. And a lot of times, Carl, we hear people say, "Oh, the cholesterol was too high," or cholesterol is not a bad thing. It's a necessary thing, obviously, to make your brain function, doesn't it?
Yeah. You know, when I think of the cholesterol scenario, there was a movie years ago. I'm not sure of the title, the Big Fat Greek or the Greek Wedding.
Big Fat Greek Wedding. Yeah.
And so the father used Windex for everything.
That's right.
So often healthcare, when they see a problem, they think this is always the answer. And so when it comes to cholesterol, they think that a cholesterol drug is always the answer. When in reality, that's not the whole story.
And they're not very good for you normally. Right.
So our blood vessels carry the blood, obviously, and they're a tube that stretches and expands as the heart pumps the vessels, the arteries pump actually. And what can cause a buildup of plaque can be oxidation, which means you don't have enough antioxidants and you have too much oxidative stress on your body. You can also have, that can create effectively microscopic scarring in the blood vessels, and then the body wants to patch those rough areas with something. And so it uses the cholesterol to kind of patch, because the cholesterol is slippery like grease or like wax to a candle. But then also, if our body's acidic, in other words, we don't have enough alkaline intake, like we may drink too much coffee or tea or eat too much meat and not enough alkaline substances, then the acids make our body release calcium out of our bones. So the buildup in the artery is a combination of not only the cholesterol, which is only a small part of the problem, it's the calcification and the oxidation. It's all three factors. And a cholesterol drug only lowers that factor of the cholesterol. It doesn't remove the acidosis, and it doesn't reduce the antioxidant or oxidation issues. And so to have good, clean arteries, it takes several things for that to happen. I've had people go to the calcium scoring imaging center at the either Jackson's or Baptist hospitals, get an imaging. They may say they're 80% blocked, which is not quite enough to have any kind of procedure, but there is a level of concern. I've put them on a supplement schedule. The supplements include magnesium. There's probably 20 forms of magnesium, so there's certain forms that are better for this. Then K2, and there's several forms of K2. And then there's certain lipids and antioxidants. A combination protocol. They've gone back as short as 2 months and been under 20% blocked.
Wow.
Just by taking a group of supplements for a few weeks. So it's very doable to manage total cholesterol, which is one indicator, as well as these more, you call invasive, because it's a dye contrast imaging, to see what's happening on the inside. But it's very doable to clean the arteries and have a better heart with nutritional supplements and diet.
So basically, like you say, what you're trying to do is have as much flow going in there, and the best way to do it is to try to do it naturally.
Right.
And as opposed to, like you said, just putting one medicine in there attacks one part of it, but it doesn't look at the whole procedure.
Right. So when we think about cholesterol, there's total cholesterol, there's HDL, and the good cholesterol, and LDL, the bad cholesterol. And then they have subcategories of LDL and then they have very low lipid density. And then triglycerides is another part of that number that's usually in there. And the triglyceride is really the results of too much sugar. So when sugar is in our body, sweet tea, whatever it is, it's going to convert to the triglycerides more, and it's that triglyceride. Often I find people who have been on cholesterol drugs, statin drugs, their total number is in a range the doctors are looking for, but they may still have a little bit of elevated triglyceride and a little bit elevated LDL. And I like to not be on a cholesterol drug, so I really know what the real number is of all those categories. So we can target the LDL and we can target the triglyceride, which are the worst offenders in the mix, and with antioxidants and things that support healthy blood vessel and help clean the blood vessels, we have a better plan of approach. So it's not really anymore, once we know the arteries are clear through that dye contrast calcium scoring, then we know we've accomplished it. And if the cholesterol is 300 and you have clean arteries, it doesn't matter anymore. Do you understand? So
Yeah,
it's
that's right.
not, we're chasing the wrong number like I said, with the Windex instead of, because one size fits all kind of in healthcare. We don't want that. We want to really individualize the approach. And diabetics are more prone to have that triglyceride issue.
Because it's a sugar issue.
And it's a fatty liver problem.
Yeah, and that can happen that way.
Yes.
So basically, you can come in and we can do something at your store. You can have one of the tests done to make sure that everything is in line.
Right.
And again, as much as we can do natural, the better off we're going to be.
Definitely.
Absolutely. It's the Herb Shop. It's located on Vaughan Road in Montgomery, Alabama. Carl Schmidt, for 30 years, has been running that little operation and doing a great job in our community. And we'll be right back right after this.